Welcome back to the Ink and Imagination podcast. Today, we'll dive into the article, Gone with the Wind, a journey of self-discovery through every page. Sometimes, a book comes into our lives at just the right moment, like a fateful encounter we can't quite explain. Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell was such an encounter for me. Back then, I was just a 16-year-old girl, living in naive dreams about life and love, tentatively stepping into a world full of surprises. Then, that book entered my life, leaving an indelible mark on my soul. I still remember turning to Gone with the Wind during a dull afternoon. At the time, sweet, romantic love stories were all the rage, but I had grown weary of their syrupy cliches. I craved something different, and the over 1,000 pages of this book beckoned me, as if challenging the curious youth in me. Little did I know that this story would open up a world of emotions, where each turned page became a mirror reflecting my own being. Scarlett O'Hara, her name etched itself deeply into my mind as a symbol of resilience, strength, and contradiction. Scarlett was far from perfect, and perhaps it was this imperfection that made her so strikingly real. She was selfish, petty, and often infuriatingly annoying, yet I couldn't help but love her. Maybe it was because I saw myself in Scarlett, a young girl, impulsive and at times blindly chasing things beyond her grasp, but always brave in facing challenges and never giving up. I vividly recall the scene where Scarlett knelt in a barren field, clutching a shriveled potato, tears streaming down her face, yet her eyes blazing with determination. She vowed that she would never let herself or her family go hungry again. That moment pierced my heart. At 16, I hadn't experienced war or family burdens, but the anxieties about the future and the invisible pressures of life sometimes made me want to collapse. Watching Scarlett rise from the ruins, I realized that I, too, needed to be stronger and braver, because life was never going to be easy. Rhett Butler, the most complex and enigmatic man I'd ever encountered in literature, made me both love and pity him. Rhett loved Scarlett with a persistent and profound passion that I deeply admired, yet he never let himself be subservient. He knew all of Scarlett's flaws, even mocking her naive schemes, but he still loved her, embracing her imperfections. To me, Rhett's love was a profound lesson. It wasn't blind devotion or unconditional sacrifice, it was a mature love, one driven by reason, yet brimming with passion. Rhett's words to Scarlett, "Even the greatest love can fade," changed the way I viewed love. I used to believe that if you loved enough, everything would work out. But through their story, I learned that love is not just an emotion, but a shared effort from both sides. No matter how beautiful love is, if left untended, it will wither over time. The story of Scarlett and Rhett doesn't end happily. Rhett leaves, and Scarlett decides to return to Terra, the place where she believes she will find the strength to move forward. As I read the final lines, I cried, not just for their lost love, but because I realized life doesn't always go the way we wish. Sometimes we have to accept loss and keep moving forward. But Gone with the Wind is more than a love story. It is a vivid portrait of a tumultuous historical era, the American Civil War, which drastically changed the lives of people in the South. Wealthy aristocratic families were suddenly plunged into poverty, fertile lands were ravaged, and those who once lived in abundance had to learn how to survive. Margaret Mitchell portrayed with raw authenticity the pain, resilience, and indomitable spirit of the people during that time. When I closed the book, I felt I had grown so much. Gone with the Wind taught me that life is not always fair, but how we confront challenges defines who we are. Scarlett is a symbol of perseverance, of an unyielding will to rise, and I believe that all of us need a bit of Scarlett in us to face life's storms. Even now, I often think of Scarlett and Rhett whenever I face hardships. I remind myself that no matter how bad things get, tomorrow is always a new day, just as Scarlett once said, "After all, tomorrow is another day." And that very phrase has become my guiding light, helping me move forward with more strength, resilience, and love for life than ever before. What about you? Have you read this book yet? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us.